Love them or hate them, every PlayStation game has them. Trophies. Those little virtual achievements that you unlock for performing certain tasks within games. Now, some are simple story based progression trophies, while others can be tied to collectibles or kills with certain weapons and so on. But one thing you can guarantee with pretty much every trophy list is that they always contain that one bullshit PlayStation trophy. So Crash Team Racing's nitro-fueled trophy list was leaked the other week, and it's one that I've been eagerly awaiting, and if I'm honest, in part dreading, just in case they include some online multiplayer trophies. So, as I fired up PSN profiles and looked down the list, I was expecting to see some bullshit trophies like, I don't know, win 100 online races or reach a CTR rank of 500 or some bullshit. But thankfully, and surprisingly, there were no online trophies at all. Instead, you have a good mixture of weapon, shortcut, story, and time trial based trophies, with the time trial trophies probably being perhaps the hardest ones on the list. But overall, there's nothing overly bullshit. Now, this is a trophy list. Well done, Crash. So, this got me thinking about just how bullshit online trophies can be sometimes, and how they can just ruin a platinum run, or worse still, your experience or overall enjoyment of a game. So, on today's episode of That One Bullshit PlayStation Trophy, I'm going to go through the most bullshit types of online trophies. A dying multiplayer game or mode. For people who buy games pre-owned, online trophies can be utter bullshit to get, as smaller games will have their online player base tumble after the first few months of release if it's not a big hit. So any team-based co-op trophies requiring multiple people are now fucked, as there's just not enough players who've stuck around in that time left. This is usually the fate of smaller indie PSN store games, and it makes platinum those a right pain in the arse. The Worms games, the Pixel Junk Shooter game, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid are all examples I can think of here. Worse still was last gen, when games came with an online pass. Thank fuck those have mostly gone the way of the dodo now. Tacked on multiplayer that no one's even playing. Last gen especially, when the multiplayer craze really took hold, there was nothing worse than seeing your favourite single player series get a sequel with a tacked on and often shite multiplayer mode. Ghostbusters the video game, Dead Space 3, Bioshock 2, for some people at least, I quite liked it, and the Fear series are a few examples that I can think of here that were completely fucked by some online mode. In the case of Fear 2, that game had an average multiplayer mode which was pretty much dead on arrival, at least on the PS3. I remember playing it the first week online and struggling to get full games even then, and by the time I had collected all the single player trophies, the online portion of the game was well and truly dead. Great, so now I can't even get the fucking platinum. For free, it again had online, and for the first week, I absolutely grinded the fuck out of online first before even touching the single player. And it just wasn't fun. That's just not what I want to be doing when buying a single player story focused title. Bullshit. Games whose online servers have closed. One of the biggest problems I have with online trophies is their lifespan, as games all too often have their online service shut down entirely after just a few years, completely blocking you from even attempting to earn those goddamn trophies. Worse still is when the game is an online only game, like SOCOM Confrontation on the PS3. leaving you now in 2019 with nothing but a Drinks Coaster disc and an incomplete trophy list. If you were going to close the servers, you really should just auto-unlock all of the online trophies for everyone, or change their requirements to single player. To make this easier, all multiplayer games should have offline bots mode or something once the server closes, so you can still actually play that part of the game in a sort of roundabout way. Online, co-op, and luck-based trophies. Now, for me, some of the worst online trophies I hate are the ones which require you to perform actions in sequence with random strangers, or do something out of the ordinary when battling against random people. A good example of this was the Burnout Paradise trophy for getting 8 people, I believe, into the arena at any one time. Now, when you're playing online, most fucking people are just driving around doing their own thing. Trying to get everyone into that arena was a fucking nightmare, and it wasn't even a good trophy. What a pointless one. These trophies are the most unnatural type of trophies you can get, and ones in which you have to set up boost sessions to get, or be extremely, extremely lucky and patient to get them randomly. The Assassin's Creed games were also notorious for going this route, with their online multiplayer trophies where you had to perform loads of moves with people on your team in sequence, or achieve 100% synchronization, or whatever bollocks they were trying to get you to do. And this just means that people will create boost rooms to get these trophies, or worse still, you'll get people in your game not playing properly as they're going for an obscure trophy, causing your team to lose. Sonic and the Sega All-Stars Racing also had a load of bullshit online trophies. And who can forget the bullshit Control Zone trophy in World War Z? But you all know how I feel about that fucking thing. I'm sorry, but this is my trophy list for my achievements in game. I don't want to unlock ones that require the help of 2, 3 or more people. To me, that doesn't feel like my own trophy or achievement then, as I've had to have the help of other people in order to get it, and that just misses the point of my personal achievements. Grindy online trophies that are made even worse when you play the game later than other people. Trophies that require you to level up to X amount of levels, prestige or whatever, are also a pain, and made even worse if you are late to the party. If I don't buy a game from day one and start the grind online right away, I usually find that buying it 2 or 3 months after release, I'll find it twice as hard, as everyone else will be higher leveled than me, and most people already know the maps and modes inside out by then, giving new players a much tougher grind on their hands. The Division 1 and 2 are a good example of this, with the Dark Zone related trophies. Now, while it does split you into world tiers, people who are higher levels can still join you and troll you as you try and get the trophies for extracting in the Dark Zone. Unrealistic online trophies and requirements in games that overestimate a mode's popularity and how it will actually work in the real world. The Last of Us DLC trophies had trophies for each new map, providing that you get X amount of kills without dying for an entire match. Now, even for me, a really good player at Last of Us Online, particularly survivors, I find it really hard to get through a game without dying. And I'm pretty sure most other people did too, as they actually changed these trophy requirements to just get X amount of kills on each map for the PS4 remaster. Little Big Planet also had some really annoying trophies for its levels that you create, as it wanted you to get X amount of hearts, and this just led to a load of levels being made and a whole H for H campaign with players giving you a heart if you hearted them. You could spend hours like me creating a really unique level and not get any plays, let alone hearts, and that's really disheartening, especially when you see that the game was flooded with bullshit easy 1 second levels and a load of levels based on fucking popular games, movies, or comics at the time. It was just a really shitty trophy, and I think pretty much everyone who brought the game hated the Heart for Heart trophies. Trophies with daily, weekly, or monthly requirements. You know, those bullshit ones that require you to play for excessive amounts of time. These are one of my most hated trophies, those fucking daily, weekly challenges. Especially ones where they reset your progress after the timed period is over. Killzone 2 was the biggest, most bullshittingly bullshit example of this that I can remember, as you were required to be in the top 1% of players for any given week. That's right, 1% of players, the whole player base, you need to be in the top 1%. What the hell were they thinking here? This meant that I had to farm this fucking trophy out for a week solid, playing as much as I could, and by the time I did get it, I well and truly had enough of using the RPG in the park lobby map of the game. It was a fucking joke. A more recent example of this, for me at least, would be the Destiny 2 game's Raid Challenge, which gives you a save checkpoint when reaching certain stages of the raid, which then allows you to come back and try again later, which is really cool. Only problem is that the save is wiped each week, so you could spend hours and hours trying to get past those fucking dogs, only to lose all that progress and hard work come Monday morning when it puts you back at the very fucking beginning. There is no need for this to be wiped. Not everyone can play all day, every day, and it's why online trophies like this are bullshit. So there you have it, my list of my own bullshit problems that I have with online trophies. Let me know what annoys you about online trophies in the comments below. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time. But before I go, here's Arnie to sum it all up.
Bullshit, mate. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Shit! You said it's all bullshit!
Oh shit!
Shit!
Shit! Shit! Shit! Shit!